Good evening, Papua New Guinea, and welcome to another episode of Sports Scene, brought to you by Coca-Cola. It is just me tonight because Killian is busy with other matters. Congratulations, Killian, on the birth of another child, and we hope to see you in the studio next week for more information on that. We do have a jam-packed show for you tonight, of course. We've got an interview with boxing president Nick Kelabad, president of the Professional Boxing Association of Papua New Guinea, about the championships that held over the weekend.
My intention is to enhance our boxers in Philippines and then bring them to Canada to fight for bigger prizes.
And we also have an interview with Dijon Fong, undisputed champion of the billiards and snooker here in the country, but also he stepped into the ring over the weekend, so that should be interesting.
In October, I'm trying to go down for the Australian Open. Snooker is a good game, it's just a mind game. It's a gentleman game, you don't get injuries from it and all that.
Now, of course, we had a jam-packed week of international sport over the last couple of days, including, it didn't get any bigger in the rugby union circles, the test match between the British Lions and the Australian Wallabies. A great match, as you saw on MTV on Saturday night. The Wallabies just going down in the last couple of seconds. Kurt Beale slipping when he could have kicked the winning penalty goal, but not to worry, there's going to be another match coming this weekend. We also had action over in Brazil from the FIFA Confederations Cup, where Spain and Brazil are looking very likely to be facing off against each other in the final, so there's going to be a couple more matches coming up in that. I'm sure you're checking the internet for all of those scores. Now here in Port Moresby, it didn't get any bigger than the Trukai Fun Run, the annual Trukai Fun Run, which happened yesterday in 8 centers around the country. And congratulations to everyone who took part in the Trukai Fun Run around the country. Here in Port Moresby, we have to say thank you to the Prime Minister, Honorable Peter O'Neill, and the Minister for Sport and the 2015 Pacific Games, Honorable Justin Shevchenko. They joined over 35,000 participants who hit the road for a very good cause, of course, raising funds for Team PNG as they will be taking part in the Pacific Mini Games in Wallace and Fortuna later this year. Our MTV crew was down there on Sunday morning taking a lot of shots and seeing what the action was like. So let's go to break with a look at the 2013 Trukai Fun Run.
We also extend that our government has already put 1.5 million kina for this exercise. National Camping Board has put another 200,000 kina so that we can send our team to the mini South Pacific Games.
Yep, welcome back to Coca-Cola Sporting. Now we're joined here by our good friend Nick Calibat. Nick, how have you been?
I'm very good, very good. I'm having a competition right now at Sports Inn, and they're doing well at this time.
Tell us a bit about the pro boxing tournament that's on at the moment.
After the amateur competition this afternoon, we have the professional title bouts coming 5 o'clock. Before the title fight, there are 4 undercards to fight to qualify for the next rounds of titles.
So tell us, just for our viewers' benefit, tell us a bit about the pro boxing tournament itself and the boxers.
This competition at this time are preparation for the July 14 World Professional Boxing Federation Youth World Championship that will be held in Sergeant Guy's Stadium. And we are trying to encourage boxers to really produce good action on this fight, so that at this time I'm eyeing on potential boxers to fight additional international fights.
And there's also females involved as well?
The amateurs only has the females, but the professionals, I don't see any female contestants as yet, but I'm trying to look at a female contestant also.
So this is the first event for the calendar for professional boxing?
Yes, the second one is July 14, that will be held at Sergeant Guy's, and then perhaps we're going to do another one in November this year. Yeah.
Okay, Nick, and what are your plans for the code itself?
At this time, I'm staying in Vancouver, Canada. I'm looking forward to see some promoters in Canada. My intention is to enhance our boxers in PNG and then bring them to Canada to fight for bigger prizes and bigger titles. So that's my intention for our PNG boxers.
And how have you been? You just mentioned that you're overseas. You're no longer here in PNG, but it's good that you still have your Bilum here.
No, I'm still Papua New Guinean. But at this time, I'm studying something special, so that's why I stayed in Canada. So, but my heart is Papua New Guinea. I'm just learning something in Canada and bring it back to Papua New Guinea, and towards boxing.
Obviously, these are also preparations towards the PNG Games and 2015.
Yes, that's our agreement with the Minister of Sports. He has given us funding to help the amateurs. I'm not in charge in amateurs. It's someone else in charge of amateurs. But I want to help amateurs to produce good boxers.
We do wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Badaheria.
Do keep us informed about the next upcoming tournament.
Yes, please. I invite everyone to come in July 14. That's a big event for Papua New Guinea. First time World Professional Boxing Youth World Championship. So I invite everyone, and there's also a belt to fight, World International title and Asia Pacific title. So I invite every Papua New Guinean to support our PNG boxers. With so much support, we can win that belt. First time in PNG. Thank you very much for that.
And you heard it from the man himself there. Well, thank you for joining us on Coca-Cola Sporting for this week.
Thank you very much again. Thank you.
All right, we'll go for a break. Coming up on the other side, we'll take a look at our athlete profile for this week. Welcome back to Coca-Cola Sports Scene. Now it's that time where we take a look at our athlete profile for this week, and look who we found here at Sports Scene Boxing. It's our snooker champ, Dujon. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, tell us a bit about how you're involved in the sport of boxing now. I hear you, it hasn't taken long, 2 months?
I just tried to take up another sport, so took up boxing.
Okay, so are you gonna, continue with it?
It's not permanently, it's just for part-time sport.
All right. Well, we know Dijong more for the sport of snooker. So tell us a bit about. We'll talk about snooker first. Tell us a bit about how you got into playing the sport of snooker.
I started playing when I was watching my dad and my uncle playing at the Caravan Club. I was following my dad around, coming to Mosby, watching him. Then I took up the sport.
So how long have you been playing snooker for now?
16 years.
All right. Okay, so tell us a bit about some of your memorable moments playing the sport of snooker.
I think my best memory in snooker when I was playing the Bob Hawke Australian Open. It was my first time traveling out of the country, played against Glenn Wilkinson. He was up 2-0, best of 5, and I got up 2-all, and then he won the last round. It was a tough game.
Okay. So De Jong, we're here at Sports Scene and back to boxing. How's boxing been like for you?
It's been okay.
De Jong, where exactly are you from?
New Island Chinese.
Okay. Where about in New Island are you from?
New Hanover.
Okay, there you have it. There's your New Hanover represent for you there. So, De Jong, obviously you'll be continuing to play snooker professionally?
Yeah. I think in October I'm trying to go down for the Australian Open.
Right. So, for your records, what are some of the competitions that you've taken part in?
Just came back recently from Alatau, won the Alatau Open. So the next one in July is the Billiards Open.
So how many titles do you actually have under your belt? I know there's so many. I think you've lost count yourself.
Or this year.
All your titles. How many do you have to date?
Won the Nationals 5 years in a row. Alatau 6, Mosby Open 6. I lost the Mosby Open this year. I got the Billiards 7 years now.
All right. So since you've been playing snooker, how can you describe the sport of snooker? What exactly do you like about playing snooker?
Snooker is a good game. It's just a mind game. It's a gentleman game. You don't get injuries from it and all that.
I think it's big. You're directly going in boxing. Okay. What's your advice to anyone who's thinking of taking up the sport of snooker?
I think the PNGBSA is looking forward to see more junior players. And for us senior players, we would like to see more juniors taking up the sport.
Well, we do wish you all the best in your career and in your career of boxing if you ever do think of taking it up professionally.
No.
All right, we'll go for a break now. When we come back, we'll wrap things up on Coca-Cola Sports Scene.
Well, viewers, that wraps up another show here on Sports Scene, brought to you by Coca-Cola, and thank you for tuning in and keeping up to date with all the sporting news around Papua New Guinea. And of course, we've got a great week in store for us with State of Origin Match 2 over at the Suncorp Stadium. It's going to be a great match, I'm sure. The Queenslanders trying to bounce back from that loss in Match 1, and the Blues trying to wrap up the series for the first time in 7 years. So it's going to be an amazing match. I'm sure everyone is looking forward to it. A couple news here. Early in the week, New South Wales, of course, have had some changes due to circumstances that I'm sure they wouldn't be happy with. But Anthony Merritt coming in for Blake Ferguson, of course, so we should see some exciting action outside on the backs and on the wings. The Queensland team, of course, made some changes based on form after the result in the first match, and it will be interesting to see how that plays out in Match 2. Speaking of Match 1, of course, Paul Gallen and Nate Miles had their little biff. Things have settled down. We'll see if it really has when things kick off on Wednesday. But of course, Nate Miles, he's celebrating his birthday today, so I'm sure your Queensland supporters are going to wish him a happy birthday and hope those celebrations continue on to Wednesday when we see State of Origin Match 2 again at Suncorp Stadium. It is going to be brought to you live on MTV, of course, so stay tuned to your favorite channel, MTV, on Wednesday night to watch all of that State of Origin Match 2 action. It's going to be a great match, and I'm sure everyone is looking forward to it. And I'm also sure you're looking forward to another episode of Sports Scene next week, same time, same place, so we'll see you all then. Good night.